Hello and welcome. So, going to take a look at the Guardian's Quiptic crossword, and this is being published on Sunday the 19th of January 2025, and it's been set by Chandler. I think Chandler's one of the setters is okay on the Quiptic, not too hard, but I may live to regret that comment. I don't think I've got anything else to say, really. I'm going to just crack on. Charge in detention. Ooh. Loosen a limit around island for rebel force. Is that an anagram of a limit militia with an I added in? Talented brother of Cain, we're told. Cain, Abel. Okay, Abel normally spelled E-L in the biblical sense. A cadet gone off to get some brief accounts. It looks like an anagram of a cadet gone, which would be, brief accounts would be, we'll come back. Broad area in Cornish region with fluctuating heat. Broad area in Cornish region. Fluctuating heat. Seems like an anagram of heat. S. Is that possible? Swathe. Swathe, I think. There we go. Southwest being Cornwall. Woman with religious education, for example. That's probably true. Gosh. I have no idea what to do with that one. Italian duo I ignored. Okay, so possibly getting excessive praise. So that's an anagram of Italian duo without an I. Excessive praise. Whoa. I would have said over something, but with an O in present, but it can't be. Out. Excessive praise. Lauded. Okay, I'll come back to that when I've got more letters on the board. Added competition for one on a bicycle. That's a rider, isn't it? Yep, just a rider. So you get riders on contracts. Totally even patch of warm colour. Totally even patch of warm colour. Not sure about that one. Grades 2 devised for entrance to theatre. Stage door. Just a simple anagram. Excuse me. I don't know if that's on screen. Let's bring down the screen a little bit. Bring down about there, maybe. How we doing? Got a few more clues. Yep. Chap 1 with hint about right treatment for hands. Must be a manicure, mustn't it? The trouble going off to do that is, I don't know, manicure. Why is that a manicure? Man. Oh, Q is a tip. Hint, sorry, Q. Yep. Man IQ with an R. Make a speech about last of men that's decorated. Okay, that's ornate. Saw that in the Times the other day. Orate and ornate. Trump, say. Near ground interrupted by people. Gosh. Ground could be an anagram indicator. Trump. I would have thought that was something to do with outdoing someone in a game of cards or something, but the only other Trump would obviously be the president, US president, or Donald. I suppose it could be Donald. Can't see either of those, any of those working. Merriment in single entertainer. Not entirely. That's glee, isn't it? That's just a simple hidden word. Excuse me. Let's see if we can get these last two on the bottom then. Okay, we've got man captivated by a pastry dish fundamentally. What? Man. Fundamentally is at a pastry dish, a pie. I want to put Ted, a Ted pie. It doesn't really work. I'm not sure about that. I'm going to take that out, I think. Probably for the best. Special pointed item for garden bird. Special is SP. And an arrow is a pointed item. So there we go. Sparrow. Good. Well, that's gone well on the acrosses, definitely. Actually, especially the bottom half. Okay, let's go to, what are we on? Downs, I remember. I remember onto the downs after the crosses. Upper class knob somehow is normally a good hidden word indicator, but the clue's too long. Entered match. Resistant to pressure. I want that to be unbowed, maybe. Yes, so we go, U for upper. NBO is an anagram somehow of knob, and matches you get wed. And resistant to pressure is unbowed. Good. Stand for bone-shaped biscuit, perhaps. Oh, what is that? That is something I've got no feel for. Take up help with the French court. So le in regional language is dialect, is it? What's that? Take up help is aid going upwards. The French, LE and CT for court is a regional language dialect. Midwest state, ooh, could be Iowa with an I. Barring a restaurant from the east. Illinois, Indiana, in none of those fit. Midwest is Indiana. Okay, so restaurant from the east, Indian. Okay, Indian restaurant. Yep. As you'd like to say. Good. Approaching where a hang glider might like to be. Approaching, is that in the wind? I think that's in the wind, but it's not a phrase I'm entirely sure about. Let's put approaching in the air. First person, I. Okay, no good is NG. And rate is to judge, so ingrate. Appreciative time, yep. Good. Exploit others' work, transforming ancient ghetto. Gosh. Exploit others' work, transforming ancient ghetto. Is that ANCIENTGHETTO? Ghetto, yes, an anagram of that. Well, we've got the, obviously. Let's have a look at this one. A cadet. Oh, it's the cadet gone. What is that? A cadet gone. A cadet gone off. Some brief accounts. My anagramming not going well there, and I haven't got any other letters to bung in at this point. This one, woman with, religious education, for example. That's probably true. I mean, you imagine that's going to be an A. Okay, let's look at this one here. Charge in detention. Charge in detention. Gosh. Okay, this stamp bone. No, this one Italian duo. Okay, let's look at that. Oh, banging around on the crossword. Bring that to there. Now put that there. What's that? Italian duo. Without an I. Out. What was it? Oh, don't call me. Adulation. Adulation, is that excessive praise? Adulation? Okay, fair enough. That must be of or on. You'd think that's on, really, given that there is nothing of an other letter in there. Let's have a quick look at that ancient ghetto. Gosh. On, yeah, adulation on. Okay, I'm going to go back to the main part of the crossword. Liam regularly, so that's LA, first and third letters. Studies, poorly, so that's an anagram. What's that? Lassitude? I don't know what that word is. Lassitude? I think that's the correct saying. Lassitude? Didn't know that meant apathy, but I do now. The good thing about doing crosswords. We'll come back to the even patch of colour later, I think. So let's go back to the downs. Very slim coat. I'm just going to scroll down a little bit. Very slim coat for Luke. Given a comfortable place. Gosh. Coat for Luke is LE. L and E would be the letters that coat it. Given a comfortable place. Very slim. Be thin. Given A. Comfortable place. Adult starts to wander nervously among lot. Well, that's going to be an up, isn't it? Adult, grown up, I suppose. Now, why is that grown up? Starts to wander is W. Nervously among lot. Nervously is telling us anagram? No. Among lot. Group. Oh, group. With an N. Oh, starts to wander and N. There we are. Okay. On the go. One got upset about hospital till being very busy. On the go, yeah. Wait, what's the wordplay there? So there's H for hospital. One is ONE. One got, just an anagram of one got. Okay. 22. Ooh, let's go down a little bit. Brass instrument player. I'm just going to fill in amnesia that I can see here because it's an anagram of rain. And I could see that it almost certainly had to be amnesia. Right. Country in Africa. Right, brass instrument player has time for grand household retainer. Gosh, what? Trumpet has time. Brass tuba has time for grand household retainer. So brass instrument player is a has time. Time could be T. So is it a tubist? What's the name of someone who plays? You've got trombones, trumpets, tubas, and after that I'm not sure. Household retainer. I think that's T for time. Grand. Household retainer. I'm trying to put bathtub in there. Tub. I don't think it is it? Okay. So I think that's probably, that's all of them gone through, isn't it? Okay, so now I've got some hard things to work out. A cadet gone off to get some brief accounts. That's annoying not to be able to just anagram that. Assuming that is an anagram, which it looks like it should be. And Chandler thus far has been fairly obvious in his clue. That's not mean anecdotage. Okay, is that really anecdotage? Wow. Okay, seems likely. Anecdotage. Let's just double check that actually fits. A cadet gone. Should seem all greyed out. Yep, all greyed out. Anecdotage, okay. E. Woman with religious education, for example. So religious education could be RI or RE. I dare say. That's probably true. I dare say. Ida, okay. RE and say, for example. Wow, okay. We know that was the. I mean, I'm going to put in the wind because it's not really a phrase I'm familiar with, but I would think a hang glider has to be, would like to be in the wind. And approaching. Oh, something that's coming up is in the wind. I think they say. It's just not a very obvious one to me. Okay, ancient ghetto. Ghetto, there we go. Wasn't I there? It. Get in on the act, I think that is. I'll double check that in again. Get in on the act. Let's double check that. Ancient. Oh, not that it matters, but ancient ghetto. Yep, all gone. Okay, so we've got the right hand side. I've got some more letters down here now. So go down. Trump. Say near ground. Interrupted by people. What is that? I need to get that far, don't I? I'm just going to check on screen still. Yes, I am. Trump, say, near ground, interrupted by people. Blah. Okay, and this one, man captivated by pastry dish. Fundamentally, in essence, in basic, fundamentally in or at least. Pastry dish. Tart at heart. There. Who's the man then? So a tart with he. Okay, he. Yes, there we go. It has time. This one here, brass instrument player. I've put the T there. I don't know. Has time for grand household retainer. I think there's a G in there then for grand. Brass instrument player. Or is it brass instrument? Which would be, what was it? Trumpet, trombone, tuba. Tuba has time for grand. Player has time. Okay, nothing going on there. Right, this one, very slim coat for Luke, given a comfortable place. A comfortable place could be a nest. Yes, leanest. So Luke is L-E, A, and then a nest. Whoa, that's a bit of a thinker. Totally even patch of warm colour. Totally even. Flush. I think that's flush. Not entirely sure. So if you're flush, then you've got a bit of warm colour in your cheeks, and something that's totally even is flush to the whatever. You know, it's a smooth surface. So okay, so I'm down to the last four, aren't I? That makes me feel a little bit happier. Don't mind. Yeah, most of it's felt pretty good, really. Charge in detention. Unfortunately, this one and this one stand for bone-shaped biscuit. I've got no idea what this is. Bone-shaped. Okay, so T-bone. Okay, T-boned. Bone-shaped is T-bone. There's a T. Stand. Biscuit would be. What biscuits do I know? And a stand. Rise. Golly. Have a look at that on the horizontal. Sometimes I feel horizontal helps me a bit. Charge. Charge can mean a lot of different things. It could mean like a military charge, charging in army charging. Could be the charge of an electron or an ion or whatever, positive, negative. Or it could be to to charge someone. I mean, it says charge someone, charge in detention, which makes you think of police. Yeah, police charge people with crimes. Charge. Okay, gonna have another look at this one down here. I was just thinking Trump is an American, could be an example. Near ground. Interrupted by people. So I think we're looking for interrupted by people suggests there's going to be a word for people going in here. Near ground would be so that's near. Interrupted by people would be Republican. Now, public, yes, publican. There we go. Republican. Is this tubular or something? Tube. Brass instrument player. Tubular. For grand household retainer. Bugler. Bugler. That's bugle, isn't it? Did we have that the other week? So what's that? G for grand. Brass instrument player is a bugler, obviously. Time. Grand. For time for grand. Okay, I'm going to have to think about that one later. Try and work that out later. So, hopefully down to the last two then. Hopefully, I mean, fairly comfortable with everything on it. I tend not to use check buttons, so yeah, been about 20 minutes here, so that's kind of what I like from a Quiptic. Although these two could take me a long time. So I'm going to put the video on pause while I have a think to myself, because I sometimes don't have to talk then. Okay, I've been away about a minute and a half. I kind of started to think maybe this could be treat, and then that kind of given me the idea that's custody, which would be in detention, charge, custody. So I'm going to think a biscuit could perhaps be a treat. I'm not entirely convinced about that, but I'm going to check it all and see if I've got it. Yes, all done. Okay, okay, good. There we go then. Well, one or two in there I can't. Oh, hang on, this isn't. It's not the bugler. What is it then? Okay, so that clue is asking us to change things, isn't it? Has time for... Oh, it's a butler. Yes, change the G in bugler to a T in butler to give you a household retainer. Gosh, that's a bit nasty on the clue. Okay, let's have a look. So, charge in... So, if you're in custody, you're in detention. Charge... I mean, I'm not really sure the meaning of custody, so... That's a bit of a hard one, okay, but something to do with that. I think it's double definition. This one, we've got loosen is an anagram indicator of a limit, and then put that around the I for island. So an anagram of a limit with an I in it, and a rebel force is a militia. Talented is Abel, spelt this way. The brother of Cain was Abel, but Abel in the Bible spelled A-B-E-L, and so we're told that's a sound like. A cadet gone is an anagram of anecdotage, which is indicated by, the anagram is indicated by off, and some brief accounts are anecdotage. Broad area is a swathe. Cornish region is the southwest, SW, and fluctuating heat is saying put an anagram of heat on the end of that. Okay, so the woman we want here is Ida, who's got religious education, which is RE, and then, for example, is say. And yeah, that's probably true, I dare say. Anagram of Italian duo, but take one of the I's out, ignore an I, and then possibly need to anagram it, which gets you adulation for excessive praise. Added condition is a rider, so rider is an added condition, so pop stars and bands have riders on their contracts saying we demand to have no blue M&Ms in the backstage, and things. Riders on a contract, and one on a bicycle is a rider, obviously. Totally even is flush, so if you've got a smooth piece of wall, then it's flush, and something's nailed into it, it's flush. A patch of warm colour is flush, so you flush with colour. Grade 2 is an anagram of stage door, devised as your anagram indicator, and the entrance to the theatre is the stage door. We've got a chap is a man, one is I, and then a hint is a Q with an R going into that for right, and treatment for hands is a manicure. If you make a speech, you orate. And about the last of men, so last of men is an N, literally the last letter of men is an N. Put that in to orate, gives you ornate, which is decorated. We've got next clue, Trump. So Donald Trump is an example, say, of a Republican. We've got near ground, so we've got the anagram of near, beginning R-E-A-N, and that's interrupted by people, which is the public. Merriment is glee, and then we've got in single entertainers, we've got hidden word in single entertainer, and not entirely is your hidden word indicator. A man is he, or man is he, H-E, captivated by a, and then a tart, which is a pastry dish, and fundamentally is at heart. SP for sparrow, and a pointed item is an arrow, which gives you the garden bird of a sparrow. What do we got on the downs? Excuse me. U for upper class. Knob somehow is an anagram of NBO, and then somehow is the anagram indicator. And entered match is, you got wed, you entered into a match. And resistant pressure is unbowed. Stand for bone-shaped biscuit, perhaps. So I think a biscuit is perhaps a treat for some people. A bone is a bone shaped as T-bone steaks, for example. And then I think a tree, although it could be the REIT, so I think it's TREA, is the name for a stand. So kind of one of those, I think it's like a tripod thing you get in the kitchen. It's something that came up in a crossword when I first started doing them a couple of years ago, 2 to 3 years ago now, and haven't seen it since, but I seem to recall it came up a couple of times then, but haven't seen it since. I think that's what it is. I could be wrong, don't quote me on it. So take up help, so put aid upwards, gives you the DIA. The French is LE, and court is CT, and regional language is a dialect. We've got the Midwest state of Indiana, but take out the last A, barring A, and gives you a restaurant from the east, so an Indian restaurant. Place you might have a curry. If something's approaching, you feel it in the wind, I think, and where a hang glider might like to be is in the wind. First person is I, no good is NG, and if you judge something, you rate it, and an unappreciative type is an ingrate. Exploit others' work is to get in on the act, and transforming is your anagram indicator of ancient ghetto, which is the anagram. What have we got? Let's move on down. We've got Liam regularly, so we've got the LA, so the first and third letters of Liam, as indicated by regularly. Studies is anagrammed, so studies gives you the rest of lassitude. Poorly is the anagram indicator, and apathy is lassitude. Very slim is leanest. A coat for Luke is the LE. Given an A, put an A on it, and then a comfortable place is a nest. Adult is grown up, starts to wander nervously, so the WN is among a lot, so among a group. Put WN into group. Let's scroll on down a little bit more. One got upset about hospital being very busy. Okay, so one got is an anagram, going around an H, so that gives you on the go, and if you're on the go, you're very busy. Right. Okay, so here's my mistake, my correction. So a brass instrument player is a bugler. That's hard enough to think of it in itself, so that's what I was so excited about getting to that part. But you need to change the G of bugler to a T for time to give you a household retainer, which is a butler. So yeah, I'm just wondering if there's anything in that clue that confuses as to which way to do. I think you just have to read it as it goes. So take the brass instrument player of a bugler, and takes time for grand. So change the G to a T to give you a household retainer. And then finally we've got the unstable rain in African country. So in the African country of Niger, unstable is an anagram indicator that rain is an anagram of Niger. So there we go, all done. Yeah, good little puzzle there from Chandler. Bit of a step up from the QC. Challenging, but remember you've got all week to do this puzzle. A bit late for me telling you now if you've been watching, but thanks for watching.